Hi, this is Julia Mick. I'm the founder of Breath of Love Institute, and I want to share with you a little bit about the nervous system. Even if you have heard about the nervous system or studied it in depth, I think it's always a good reminder to know how to regulate your nervous system and how to show up in your most power and freedom in the world. Especially if you're a coach or a healer, breath worker, or facilitator, it's helpful to know the tendencies of your own nervous system and helpful to know how your client's nervous system functions, at least in general. And the generic thing I want to share with you right now is that there are people that lean more towards sympathetic nervous system, and there are other people that lean more towards parasympathetic nervous system. It's just how they grew up, how their nervous system was formed through gestation, through birth, through childhood experiences. So in many families, there is either sympathetic nervous system more valued, more rewarded, and in other families, there are more parasympathetic responses, more valued and rewarded. So that's how the child grows up with the tendency either to be more in the sympathetic realm or more in the parasympathetic realm. So now, if the only education you have had in the nervous system was from school, your education might be a little limited, because in school, at least in the school that I went to, in public school, we only were taught that sympathetic nervous system is bad nervous system, bad. And parasympathetic is good. And that's actually not true. And right now, polyvagal therapy and polyvagal understanding of nervous system has become very popular, and there it explains very clearly that sympathetic nervous system can also be very positive, because sympathetic nervous system is nothing else as your ability to take action and your ability to feel excitement in life, your ability to be enthusiastic, to be determined, to be empowered. That's a good thing. I think what happened in schools is that many people go into the negative aspect of the sympathetic nervous system, which can be overwhelm. So that's why in schools, very often it's taught that sympathetic nervous system is bad thing. But it's only when it's in its shadow. It's only when it goes into the negative aspect of it. Like everything in this life has positive aspects and negative aspects. Same with the nervous system. So I want to appreciate sympathetic nervous system response because it is our ability to feel alive, feel empowered, take action, laugh, have an orgasm. This is so important. So if you have a lot of strength in your sympathetic nervous system, you might find that you have a lot of capacity to take action, to do, to make things happen, to be determined, to achieve. And if you do it a little too much, yes, you will burn out, and then it's not so good. So it's good to know, what are you leaning towards? Is your gift your ability to take action and get lots done? Is that your gift? And if so, it might come with the shadow of burning yourself out. Okay, so it's good to know. And if you're the person who has more of a tendency to be in the parasympathetic response, then you notice you are having an easy time relaxing, digesting, you sleep well, you digest well, you relax well, you are good at having leisurely time, you're good at just enjoying nature, you're enjoying life in a relaxed way. That's a gift. Yet if you have a tendency to be more in the parasympathetic realm, then your gift might come with the shadow. Because if you do too much of that resting, if you do too much of doing nothing, if you do too much just laying around, you might go into the shadow aspect of the parasympathetic nervous system, which can be a collapse or freeze or depression. So it's really good to know if that's your tendency. And again, parasympathetic is not inherently good or bad. It depends, are you in the gift of it or are you in the shadow of it? Same in the sympathetic nervous system realm. Are you functioning more in the gift of it or more in the shadow of it? And it's just good to know yourself. Where are you? And if you are in too much in the sympathetic nervous system where you're just taking action, 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 more action, more action, solution to everything is action, then you might want to learn more about how to move towards parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest, relax, let go, find ease. And the other way around. If you are more in the parasympathetic, where you're just resting and meditating and stretching and meditating and napping and taking baths, that's all you do all days long, you might want to learn more about how to move towards sympathetic nervous system, because ultimately you want them both to be in balance.